Hello, my name is Taylor, and today I'm going to introduce you to our science investigation project. But first, I'm going to introduce you to our group mates. This is Sarah. This is Kayla. This is Kelly. And this is our videographer, Sarah. Our project was based around a Lima Beans investigation. Our investigation question is, how do the different parts of the seed help it grow into a plant? We examined this question by experimenting with the different parts of the lima beans. We individually grew lima beans in a variety of ways and took pictures of the progress we saw. Throughout this video, you will see the process of how our investigation was done, as well as see our results and evidence. Kayla is now going to introduce the project by explaining the different parts of the seed.
We started our investigation project by looking at the different parts of a seed. We found that there are three main parts to a seed: the embryo, the food source or the cotyledon, and the seed coat. The seed coat is the outside part of the seed. It is hard and durable so that it protects the plant from being damaged. The embryo and the food source, or cotyledon, are both parts of the seed that are located inside. When split in half, the embryo is located on one side of the seed, while the food source is located on the other. In order to further investigate which parts of the seed help it to grow, we decided to split the seed into two and grow a total of 3 seeds that all differed in some way: the embryo half of the seed, the food source half of the seed, and the entire seed. To begin, we soaked the lima bean seeds in water overnight. We did this so that the lima beans would soften up so that we were able to split them in half. After we split them, we placed each of the 3 variations in their own damp paper towel, folded it up, and placed them into individual Ziploc bags to grow. During the growing process, we occasionally let air into the bag and made sure that the paper towel remained constantly moist. The lima beans were then placed in a windowsill where they got daily sunlight.
So we asked at the beginning of the video, how do the different parts of a seed help it grow into a plant? We thought about this question and decided that we could make the claim that the embryo is the part of the seed that will sprout into a plant. For our results, the half of the seed with no embryo did not change or grow over time, while the half with the embryo began to grow into a plant. We realized that some of the naive student ideas that they had while doing this experiment were that many students think that the plant needs food to grow like people need food, when in reality a plant can make their own food. Another thing that we realized is that plants need things provided by people such as water, air, and sunlight, and many children did not understand this. Our evidence was that when the seed was grown as a whole seed, the seed began to sprout. When the seed was split in half, the half with only the food source did not sprout. The side with the embryo began to sprout. Our reasoning behind this experiment is that the embryo is the part of the seed that helps it grow into a mature plant. So when the seed was grown as a whole, the embryo was still intact and it would sprout. When the seed was split in half, then the embryo and food source were grown separately. The side with the embryo was the only one that began to sprout, while the side with no embryo stayed the same. We wondered during the course of our investigation why mine and Sarah's seeds had a difficult time growing, while Kayla, Taylor's, and Kelly's grew well. We think that the difference was the sunlight the seeds received during their time in each of our homes. I wonder why, even though they had the same parts and water, ours did not grow. Does something else matter when it comes to growing plants?
You might be wondering how you can put this project into a classroom. That's easy. It could be put into any kind of classroom. For example, in a kindergarten classroom, this could be done as a class project. Students could grow the lima beans together with the teacher, record class observations, and have class discussions about how the lima bean is growing and what they're observing. Once the beans sprouted in the plastic bag, you could move them into a pot for further growth and investigation. In an older classroom, say 4th or 5th grade, this could be more of an individual project. Students could take their lima beans home and do their own recordings and observations. The teacher could also assign students to grow different types of seeds. That way they could come into class and share their findings and learn from their classmates about what their seeds look like, how they're growing, and how all the seeds are different.